Hi again and welcome back to Chi Living. I've been wanting to do a short session based on building core strength now for a while, and it occurred to me while I was thinking about it that maybe in the course of this little session that it's worth thinking about the pelvic floor. Many of you will be familiar with the idea of pelvic floor strengthening and the benefits of that. And many of you will also be familiar with a practice that's commonly used to help you develop that strength, which is to imagine you're desperate for a wee and you're trying to hold it. And that just did. That's using the muscles to strengthen your pelvic floor. Now, what we're going to do in a minute is to incorporate that exercise with the breath. So as you breathe in, your diaphragm moves down because your lungs are filling with air, aren't they? And your chest is expanding. The diaphragm moving down enables all that to happen. When you breathe out, the diaphragm comes back up. So the ideal time to think about that tightening is as the diaphragm comes up. So what we're going to practice is relaxing the pelvic floor as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, tighten. And as you breathe in, let it go. And as you breathe out, tighten. So just get comfortable. Probably sitting is the best way to sort of feel this experience. You can have your eyes open, you can have your eyes closed. If you just bring your awareness to your breathing now, not doing anything else with it at the moment, just become aware of the inhale and the exhale. Start to notice feeling of expansion as the diaphragm moves down. Feeling of contraction as the diaphragm moves up. Now we're going to bring that tightening and relaxing practice into the breathing. As you breathe out, let's start again. As you breathe in, relax the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, tighten up. Remember, imagine you need a wee, holding it in. Breathe in, relax. And breathe out, tighten. Carry that on yourself just for a breath or two. And if you've had your eyes closed, gently open them now. So I'm going to invite you throughout this practice to dip in and out of that exercise, that practice of relaxing on the inhale, tightening on the exhale. Don't do it all the way through unless you want to. But whenever you become aware of your breathing during the exercise, just have a think about that, because a lot of the stuff we're going to do today is all about this part of your body, the stomach muscles, the buttocks, the bottom of the back, hips and pelvis, all about that core area of your body where so much of your strength comes from. So if you're ready, if you want to come on to your hands and knees, and we'll start in tabletop. Just let your belly sink down, lift your chin up. Come into cow. And then arch your back and bring your chin in. Sink your belly down, lift your chin up. And then arch your back and bring your chin in. And what I'd like you to do now is you dip your belly down, lift your chin up. Imagine your tailbone, your coccyx, turning up towards the ceiling. And then as you start to arch your back and bring your chin in, imagine your coccyx curling underneath you. So breathe in, sink your belly down, lift your chin up, turn your coccyx up. Breathe out, arch your back, bring your chin in, curl your coccyx under. Breathe in to cow. And breathe out to cat. Breathe in. And breathe out. Just relax your back down to a neutral spine. You're going to straighten the left leg. Point it out behind you, pointing the toes and stretching out towards the wall behind you. We're not trying to lift it, we're trying to reach out behind. And as part of building strength into the core, what we need to think about doing is as you lift that leg up, try to avoid compensating by leaning over to the side. You come back to the centre straight away. I can feel my stomach and my back tensing up. If I go over to the side, I can relax. As you come to the centre, try and avoid leaning. I'm going to move on to the right leg now. So straighten the leg out, point the toes. Just look back at your left thigh. If it's leaning over, just square your body up. Point your toes and push out. And lower down. Do it again. Left leg out. Point the toes, reach out. Move over to the centre line to engage your core. Lower back down. And the right leg. And when you get that leg raised, bring yourself across. Engage your core to hold and stabilise your body. Bring it back in and sit back onto your heels. Bring your chest forward. Sink your hips down into cobra. And then sit back onto the heels again. Bring your chest forward. Curl your toes under. Straighten your legs and push up into downward facing dog. Bring your chest forward to plank. As always, you can put your knees down if you need to, but bear in mind that we're working on core strength here. So pull your belly button up towards your spine. Engage your stomach and your back. If you need to put your knees down, that's fine. But if you can, just hold it for a second. Come back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank. And back to downward facing dog. And go forward to plank. Lower your chest down to the mat. Your feet onto the insteps. Place your forearms down on the ground. Lift your chin and your chest up in Sphinx. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up into an elbow supported plank. You can put your hips down whenever you need to. The longer you can hold it, the better. And if you've got good core strength and you want to push yourself, you can always raise one leg, lower it, and raise the other leg. And lower down. Let your chest sink down, bring your hands in underneath your shoulders, push up to cobra, and then lift your hips up, back to downward facing dog. And walk your feet up to the front of the mat, coming to forward fold. And take an inhale, raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers and take a side bend over to the left. Back to the centre. And over to the right. And back to the centre. Release the grip on your fingers, take an inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. We're going to take a step back on the left foot, turn the toes out, come onto the heel, push down with your right foot to bring your body up, raise your arms up. So we're coming to warrior one. Turn your chest and shoulders round to the long side of the mat. Lower your arms down to shoulder height. Look out over your right hand. And as you do this, I'd like you to imagine that you're planting your feet into the mat and pulling them together. So you're feeling that tension in the core and in the insides of the thighs. And straighten your leg. Turn your palms to face forward. Reach with the right hand and then lower your right hand down, raising your left hand up. Now what I'd like you to try and do, if you can, is avoid supporting. So it doesn't matter how far you come down. If you only come to here, that's fine. But rather than rest on your shin, hold yourself with these muscles here. And then as you start to come up, we're going to pull from that muscle there. So pull and bring your body up. Turn your chest and shoulders. Raise your arms up and bend your knee. And then lower your arms forward. Turn your left foot back onto the heel. And step up to forward fold. I'm going to take a step back on the right foot this time. Turning your toes out. Coming onto the heel, push down with your left foot. Raise your body up. And turn your chest and shoulders. We're coming to warrior two. Again, just think about squeezing in with your legs. Gauging your core. Gauging your hips. And the inner thighs. And then straighten the left leg. Turn your palms forward. Reach with the left, and again, do your best to support yourself without resting on your leg. In triangle. And then pulling from the right hand side of the body, pull your body up. Turn, face down the mat, raise your arms up onto the instep. Lower your arms down and step up to forward fold. And step back on the left foot, and then on the right. Push up to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, lower your knees down. And sit back onto your heels. Bring your chest forward. Walk your hands in towards your knees. Come to seated. And then bring yourselves down with your backs on the mat. And bring the feet together. Bring your heels up towards your buttocks. Keeping the feet together, your arms just slightly away from the sides of your body. And allow your knees to relax out to the sides. Bring the soles of the feet together. And keeping the soles of the feet pushing together, also push down into the ground through the outside edges of your feet to lift your hips up. Lower down. Relax the knees. And then push down, bring your hips up. And relax back down. Bring the knees up together. Extend your arms out to the sides. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower your knees over to the left side. Inhale to the center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale back to the center. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. Draw your heels up towards your buttocks with your ankles about hip width apart. Push down into the ground. Bring your hips up. And then lower your hips down. Bring your feet up off the ground, bend your knees, and hug your knees into your chest. And let go of your knees, let the feet come down to the ground. And relax your knees out to the sides. And extend your feet down to the bottom of the mat. Relax your ankles. Let the toes fall out to the sides. Bring your arms to a position that's comfortable for you. Become aware of your breath again. Just to close this session off now, bring your awareness back to that tightening and relaxing exercise that we did right at the beginning of the class. As you breathe in, relax the muscles in the pelvis. And then as you breathe out, tighten up the pelvic floor. Breathe in, relax. And breathe out, tighten. Breathe in. And breathe out. And relax. Let's gently start to move the body now. Move your hands and feet, your knees and hips. Move your chest and your back, your arms and shoulders, your head and neck. And then when you're ready, if you turn on to your right side, and in your own time, bring yourself back up to seated. Just pause in here just for a minute, just let yourself get used to being upright again. Take a deep breath in and out. And if you've had your eyes closed, gently open them now. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed that. Nice and gentle, but some different angles on some of the poses that you've been used to doing for a long time. So maybe just thinking about them in a slightly different way. Hope that's given you something to think about. Hope you've enjoyed that session. Stay very safe. I'll see you soon.